We move away from the Red Bull Ring in Austria to Le Castellet in France, back for the French Grand Prix. We're at the halfway stage of the 2022 season. 11 races down, 11 races to go. The French Grand Prix and the Hungarian Grand Prix will lead us to the summer break before going on a triple header with Belgium, Netherlands and an Italian Grand Prix. Then that's the end of the European season. The flyaways begin. Singapore and Japan back to back. 2-week break before United States and Mexico. 2 more weeks and then we go to Sao Paulo. The season rounds out in Abu Dhabi. In the Drivers' Championship, Max Verstappen leads by 38 points to Charles Leclerc as well after Leclerc's victory last time out. Sergio Perez dropped down to 3rd position. Carlos Sainz having no scoring finish in Austria with his car catching fire, still in 4th. He's just ahead of George Russell in 5th. Lewis Hamilton has broken the 100 points barrier as well. He's now ahead comfortably of Lando Norris. He's battling with Esteban Ocon, with Valtteri Bottas and Fernando Alonso rounding out the top 10. On the second page, Kevin Magnussen is on 22 points. He's just ahead of Danny Ricciardo, who's a point ahead of Pierre Gasly. Sebastian Vettel, 14th ahead of Mick Schumacher in 15th position. 15 points to Vettel, 12 for Schumacher. Double points finishes for Mick in the last 2 races. Yuki Tsunoda is on 11 points as well, ahead of Zhou Guan Yu and Alexander Albon. Lance Stroll rounds out the points. Nicholas Latifi, the only permanent driver on the field with no points this season. Nico Hülkenberg, who only did 2 races, is also on 0. In the Constructors' Championship, Red Bull lead the way by 56 points to Ferrari. Mercedes are 122 points back of Red Bull as well and are comfortably ahead of McLaren. McLaren are on the exact same points as Alpine in their championship battle for 4th. Alfa Romeo is now comfortably ahead of Haas, who are in a battle with AlphaTauri. Aston Martin have 18 points and are second to last. Williams have 3 points on the ball thanks to Alexander Albon. It's the 2022 French Grand Prix, and this is your Grand Prix preview. Let's take a look at the circuit Paul Ricard in the Castellet in France, a 3.630 mile circuit, 15 turns in total and 2 DRS zones. It's a high-tech test track as well, and it's the home of the French Grand Prix. Riding on board then with the 2022 McLaren. Head down towards turn number 1 at the Vierge corner. Brake all the way down into 4th gear. Hug the inside line, get back on the power as it coasts around turn 2 and 3. Technically, the next chicane coming up is turn number 4, but it's a very tricky part of the braking zone. Hard down the brakes, down to about 3rd gear as well as it tightens up for a double right-hander, which leads you on to the Mistral Straight as well. Keep open up now with the DRS and head on back down towards the chicane area. Now, the Mistral Straight is the longest straight in Formula 1, separated by 2 chicanes. The chicane was supposed to be moved out, but it hasn't. Back down, 3rd gear. Use this as a good opportunity to overtake in the race, but already think, oh, we've lost so much power. Oh no, because by the time you hit the Sainz corner at turn number 11, you're already back up into full 8th gear flat out. Double right again, brake mid-corner, swing it back in, don't miss the apex, it's a late one you can catch down at turn 12 and 13. Back off now into 4th gear, tight left-hander as well. In 4th gear part of the track, back on accelerator, 7th gear, 8th gear already as you approach turn 14, drop down into 4th, flick the car to the tight left, last corner, slowest corner of the track, turn 15, 2nd gear, hard on the inside for the right, power all the way down towards the line, and that is a complete lap of Le Castellet at Paul Ricard. Hello everybody and welcome to the French Grand Prix weekend here at Paul Ricard in Le Castellet as well in the south of France, and we are getting all set for what is going to be a very fantastic weekend. Megan Birch is walking into the side of the conference box now. She's joining me for the preview show as well, and we've got all sorts to talk about as well, but I think, first of all, hello Megan.
Hi.
The one thing we've got to talk about really is Ferrari. 2 wins on the bounce, one with Carlos Sainz, one with Charles Leclerc, great to see. But as many highs as they had in Austria, as many
There's also
lows.
a lot of lows.
That fire with Carlos Sainz, a completely new car this weekend as well. That's going to be a struggle for them, and already taking penalties.
I'm still trying to figure out how that happened.
Yeah, it was a turbo failure, we were being told, but that amount of fire...
How it spread, in 5 seconds.
Really bad fire as well. We're about 40 minutes to go into the start of the first practice session, so we're just here previewing all the big topics throughout the weekend as well, and Ferrari is one of the key ones as well, but crucially, Leclerc winning for the first time since April. That was the best thing he could possibly do. But Verstappen leads by 38 points. It's a big margin coming into the second half of the season.
Either way, this weekend, he'll still leave champion.
Yeah.
So it's just a matter of closing that gap for Leclerc. Though I think he should be a lot more worried about that. It seems like he was slacking for so much of the time. I know he was trying. It's just he wasn't putting all his effort into it.
Yeah.
He was like, "Oh, I'm fine. This will all be fine." No, that is the same thing that Hamilton thought in 2016 with Nico Rosberg.
Yeah. And of course, he really found out how angry Leclerc could get at the British Grand Prix as well when Sainz won, the team orders weren't followed, and Leclerc got angry with the Ferrari strategy. But they bounced back in Austria. Can they bounce back here this weekend? It's a tight, abrasive circuit as well. When I say tight, even though it's got runoffs that make your eyes go dizzy with blue lines and red lines, the actual circuit that they defines is quite narrow.
Let's hope it isn't boring like last time and hope there isn't a puncture.
Well, yeah, last year's was fun though.
It's like sandpaper though.
It is like sandpaper on that surface, yeah. Right, let's get into this weekend and then the headlines here for the French Grand Prix. Apparently my torches aren't on my phone, so that's why I always like an iPad better. Let's get in. Bottas says reliability fixes are the number one priority for Alfa Romeo and reveals another key weakness the team will tackle this weekend. Coming into it as well, a new clutch system for all Ferrari engines to try and help them get away quicker at the line. That, to me, is screaming stalling on the grid. A new clutch system, dropping it now instead of just easily releasing it.
It needs to be thoroughly worn in before they can properly race with it, because there's no way there's not a chance of that not stalling, especially in France.
Practice start, temperatures are high. It's going to be about 40 degrees average temperature throughout the weekend as well. So the heat wave that hit the UK earlier on in the week, and it's due to rise up by Saturday and Sunday here in the UK. It's hot over there in Port Ricard. Air temperature about 37 degrees today alone.
Look, it's 40 or 41 degrees.
Absolutely, yeah. So new clutch for Ferrari. We'll see that in action. The practice starts as well. Sebastian Vettel says he has clear intention to stay in F1 beyond the 2022 season, and that is great news as well. We all think it's going to be with Aston Martin. We've been hearing rumours that it's going to be with Haas, but Vettel saying that, I've heard a lot of rumours that he was going to swap places with Mick Schumacher after the summer break, and that he said would retire this year. Those rumours have since gone quiet though.
It wouldn't surprise me if a swap going on between him and Mick. So he's too young to retire.
I know, he does seem too young. He went round in a 100-year-old Aston Martin yesterday. Comically enough, looking like he was wearing my suit. Did you see that photo I sent?
I think I did, yeah.
I'll get it up ready for practice. Going over there, George Russell. George Russell is a man who has been going around a lot on Twitter these days as well, with him becoming a meme for wearing... we weren't famous for that shirtless pic he put on in Turkey 2020. Well, he's had his chest out once again, but with a shirt on. So it's a shirtless picture. Very confusing, but he's gone around again. But Russell admits there's a lot of expectation on Mercedes as they bring more upgrades to France. I think there is a lot more, because they delivered a little bit at Silverstone. They were okay in Austria, but here they need to win a race. We're halfway through the season, and Mercedes has not won a race this year.
Yeah, that hasn't happened in a very, very long time.
I think this is the first time they haven't won a race in the first half of the season since 2011.
That's before I started commentating officially.
Yeah, because 2012 they won in round 3 in Canada, and then 2013 they won Monaco, and then Hamilton won in Hungary, and Rosberg won Silverstone. Then 2014 onwards have been dominating ever since. So this is the first time they haven't won a race in the first half of the season since 2011. And this is their longest losing streak since the start of Hungary 2013 onwards.
It's for karma for getting rid of Bottas.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? So hopefully they'll do well. Ferrari evaluating taking penalty with new engine for Sainz. So Sainz does currently have an old engine in for Friday, but he's got a new turbocharger inside his regulated pack, we must stress. But the rumour is that he's going to take a new engine and start from the back of the grid, which I think is logical going into the summer break. Because Hungary next time out is a track you can't pass at. You can pass here.
Yeah, it's probably wise to get that now, to come to think of it. Even if it is hell to drive on.
Danny Ricciardo says there's unfinished business as well when he looks like a man on a mission ahead of the French Grand Prix. Danny Ricciardo, so many drivers now in the McLaren package. Do you see Danny Ricciardo staying in Formula 1 next year? I don't.
I'm honestly not sure. My mind immediately goes to FE.
Yeah, I've been thinking that a lot recently as well. Hamilton's names his career highlight ahead of his 300th Grand Prix start, and that was...
Really? That's his career highlight?
Well, no, his career highlight as well was... Fernando Alonso said it was a pleasure to have been Hamilton's teammate at McLaren going wheel to wheel as well. But I think the first Grand Prix is always going to be one and your first win. I would say those two, or your home Grand Prix as well. Probably those are the standout ones. 2008, 2007, just because the whole realisation of reaching your dream is very surreal as well.
I would have thought the 7th World Championship.
I thought, yeah.
Or 100th Grand Prix win.
But Lewis Hamilton starting his 300th Grand Prix start this weekend.
I kind of hope he wins it.
Well, historically, drivers who do start their 300th Grand Prix crash out and retire. Barrichello in Belgium, 2010.
Good for him then.
Michael Schumacher crashed out and retired as well. I'm trying to think of others. Kimi Raikkonen crashed out and retired at 349 as well. So you're starting 300 Grand Prix, you usually crash out. So let's hope Lewis can break it and maybe he can win it as well. But that's all the major news stories that have been romping around Formula One so far. We'll have more in the first practice session, including the drivers' press conferences and what they've been saying to Ted Kravitz as well. And we'll hear throughout what the drivers had to say yesterday, because now all the media things have moved back to Thursday for the rest of the season as well, which kind of puts our preview show being on a Friday morning at odds, because it used to be on Thursday. So it used to be the Thursday weekend preview, then everything will move to Friday. But I like it on a Friday morning. It's like a nice little introduction before practice.
Yeah, it's just like... It's like my pre-nap.
Yes.
Because before I go to sleep, I quite often have a
quick
like
nap.
15-minute nap beforehand, like an hour or two beforehand. Don't ask me why.
Well,
I just do.
There's only half an hour to go until the next session, which is good. So it's kind of like a pre-commentary, but I like it. And because it's such a tight turnaround between W Series and Formula One qualifying, you're hosting the qualifying. That's going to be... we're going to shove you in the back garden with the camera on the Discord call, and we're going to have you hosting the show with me in the commentary box. I'm looking forward to that.
I'm still so confused about everything of what it's going to be. Though, hey-ho.
It'll be fine. We'll go through it later on tonight and all that. But I'm looking forward to seeing you.
How about tomorrow morning we go through it? Because then I'll actually remember it.
I would love to say that, but I'm commentating on the Formula 2. Actually,
what time?
No, I think we'll be alright in the morning. So maybe in the morning, yeah, because I've just remembered there's no F3. Let's give you those coverage details, though, ahead of this weekend. It starts off with what you're seeing. We've already had the Grand Prix preview, so free practice 1, that's underway at 12:15, around about 20 minutes' time. Me and Meg can start commentating 12:55. Session starts at 1 o'clock. Free practice 2, back to the normal weekend, so no sprint weekend. That is underway at 10 to 4. Session underway is at 4 o'clock British summer time. Free practice 3 at 11:50. Session starts at 12. Qualifying is underway at 2:45. Session underway at 3. If I'm correct on that. And then Grand Prix Live, we're on air from 1 o'clock with the green light at 2 o'clock. So an hour build up to the show as well. And of course, Grand Prix Review straight after as well at 4 o'clock summer time. Now that's the F1, but we've also got loads of other series on this weekend. So the W Series race, that's on Saturday. We're on air at, 1:40 British summer time. Session underway at 1:50 p.m, so 50 minutes after the end of practice 3. F2 sprint race, that's Saturday. We're underway at 10 to 5. Lights out at 5 o'clock UK time. Iowa IndyCar Race 1, Saturday 9 p.m. That's our scheduled start time. Might be a bit earlier, might not. Stay on the YouTube channel to find out because we haven't got the green flag times yet for Iowa. Feature race on Sunday morning for F2. That is at 8:25 British Summer Time. It's a nice early start. And then rounding out the evening as well, 8 o'clock, we are scheduled on air for IndyCar Iowa Race 2. So an hour earlier than the Saturday. But we haven't got the green flag times yet to navigate where we're going to be for the pre-shows. But that is everything from here as well. And Megan, looking forward to this one. It's hot out there, but it's cold here now.
I'm intrigued, and I don't know what to put the shower setting on anymore.
Either it's hot or it's cold or it's not.
Generally, both of them, I was just like, okay, it's too cold for this one. It's too
hot for that.
hot for that, and that one feels like someone's just pouring the kettle over me.
Just leave it, honestly. Just wet ones. That's pretty much it. The best way.
I just stayed out of space. I was just like, okay, I'm just gonna stay here for a while it's so cool.
Well, showers are tricky things as well, but definitely it's a cold shower recommended over there in France with 37-degree heat as well. I'm glad the heat wave's over, but it's coming back in the UK. 29 degrees on Sunday. So me and Megan...
That's not as bad since we've just gone through degrees in the 40s.
But me and you in the commentary box is going to be quite hot.
We'll
as
be
well.
fine.
Yeah, let's get the fans on standby. Right, we'll be back in around about 20 minutes' time then for all the action for first practice. We're going to go for a quick coffee. Bye for now.